then, I guess that took away a lot of the enjoyment I had of the last episode. Like, seriously, you have all of time and space where you can fix, retcon, whatever. But no. We're just going to virtue signal till the cows come home, apparently, because why? Because why? Why? Because you need to prove how not ist you are, chimballs. Hello, everyone. I am... Wow, that's loud. Mecha Random 42. The one, the only, the original. Your favorite YouTube heartbeat. Oh, we need a chimbal thwacker. We'll go with this one. Even though it's kind of seen better days here. Seen a few better days. Chris Chibnall says, the important thing to say is that Ruth is definitely the Doctor. There's not a sort of parallel universe. Of course not. See, and I was actually on board with this one because I'm like, oh yeah, it's Doctor Who. They'll just fix it. It'll be like when the governor guy came in and played the Doctor where it really wasn't, where he just said, no, none of that. Also, thank you so much for subscribing. Hey, if you guys do subscribe while I'm making a video, hey, you never know, I might be recording one, so you might get your little shout out. And oh Lord, this is great though. You won't see Captain Jack again this series. I can categorically tell you that. Well, that's a problem because Captain Jack is one of the best things that you could have done to this modern Doctor Who. Certainly made this last episode a lot more watchable. But like I said, and I got a lot of slack for this. I watched this one sped up because it's really the only way you can watch them. If you don't, they're so long and boring and preachy. Oh Lord, are they preachy. They just don't get it, do they? And like I said, when Sassy Black Lady Doctor is far more entertaining and interesting than Jodie, can we just swap her out? Can we just replace her? That's one of your problems too. Pretty much every guest star they have on this is more interesting than your main character. But no, we've got a Daily Mirror report here, and so take that as you will. Take this as you will. First Black Doctor Who. You know what? That's the only thing important about her, right? According to the BBC, is the color of her skin. That's all she's degraded down to, according to them. So fine. Doctor Who. Joe Martin is definitely the Doctor. They chopped this off a little, but that's because the article does the thing where the headline is like a T. I really don't like that. It's not even like a T. It's like the left side lines up, the right side doesn't. So we crop that off, but he does say, Doctor Who, Joe Martin is definitely the Doctor, confirms Chris Chibnall. Can't say his name right. It's just because I stumble over Chibnall, so we just call him Chimballs. It's nothing personal. Doesn't even have balls on his chin. We just call him that because I can't speak. Just plain and simple, can't speak. Joe Martin, who played the second female Time Lord, is the real thing, according to Can we have some Baby Yoda palette cleanser, maybe?
Do the magic hand thing. Come on, baby. Do the magic hand thing.
Oh, there he is. Can we just have Baby Yoda star in everything, maybe? Or maybe the bat whammons. That's enough of that. I gotta save that for... I just watched one of the later Batwoman episodes. Expect a couple of reviews coming from that. Fans were astounded last night when a new Doctor arrived to compete with Jodie Whittaker's version. Even bring your own TARDIS. That's way nicer to look at, by the way. I much prefer her TARDIS because it's more clean lined. It's less hoardery Catwoman meets, dark crystal enthusiast. Because that's what Jodie Whittaker's TARDIS really reminds me of, because she's got all the dumb crystals everywhere and her sonic screwdriver. You know what though? Here's the thing with Doctor Who. Once they started retconning in the number of regenerations, that's where I stopped paying attention to the number of regenerations. Stopped paying attention to the rules because they threw the rules out the window years ago with Doctor Who, like bringing in the War Doctor, for example, and bringing in all this other... This is kind of why I'm a lot easier on modern Doctor Who than I think a lot of you guys are, because A, it's not Discovery. It's not Star Trek Discovery.
I like science.
Shut up, Spock. And it's not nearly as bad as I think a lot of the other stuff that I've been seeing lately. Remember, I'm still watching Batwoman, and I'm still watching Star Trek. I'm still watching all that stuff. As much as I don't want to watch Picard, I am still watching Star Trek.
I like science.
No, you're not even on Picard, Spock. I mean, I'm sure they're going to shoehorn you in sometime, but this is why I'm a lot easier on Doctor Who, because at least it's not that bad. And the fact that that's one of the better things I can say about it is at least it's not Discovery is still something where it needs massive amounts of improvement. It really, really does. Now, do I recommend people watch Doctor? No, not really. I would say give this one a shot, because at least it brought Captain Jack back in for a minute, and dear God, he's so charming. I mean, it's Captain Jack. It's John Barrowman. He's charming. He's the definition. Like, his picture is next to the word charming in the dictionary. He is more entertaining than anything else on the show. And they'd really, really do themselves a lot of favors if A, they recast the Doctor with this actress here, and B, just brought in Captain Jack. You could do so much. And here's why I still watch it. Here's why I still watch it and complain. Because I do give suggestions on how to fix it. And they did fix a little bit here and there with Jodie Whittaker's iteration of the Doctor. She is going in and being a little more authoritative this season, even though the writing is still, it's still yuck. It's still not good writing, and it's still not good Doctor Who. But keep in mind, I'm somebody, I can sit there and watch the Tom Baker stuff with the cardboard Daleks falling over that can't climb stairs, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the old Doctor Who and the crummy effects, just the bad, cheesy, cardboard cutout stuff. Because it's Doctor Who, isn't it? That's one of the things I expect from Doctor Who is to have something that's not so, doesn't take itself so serious sometimes. And I know people are probably going to be upset about that viewpoint of Doctor Who. But I can't be nearly as angry for Doctor Who as I am for something like Star Trek. Because Doctor Who was that thing I watched when I was a really, really little kid in the 80s. And it was fun. It was fun in the 80s. It was fun in the 2000s when they brought back, I came in with David Tennant's Doctor. I came in probably with Martha as the companion. And then I went back and rewatched all the Eccleston stuff. And yeah, I watched the Paul McGann special as it aired live on Fox in 96. I'm that old. I like Doctor Who, and I'm probably still going to watch it even if it's crap. It does need to do better, though. That's one thing. It does need to do better. It needs to just be better than it is. Because they have the potential to do something really, really groundbreaking. They have the potential to be pulling in 10 million viewers an episode. And they're not doing that. And this is just the same sort of thing that we get with every franchise, is that they are just dropping the ball because they know people are going to watch them anyway. You're going to have your hardcore Whovians who are going to watch anything with Doctor Who on it, no matter what. And then it's the same thing with Star Trek, isn't it? And Star Wars. Every franchise has these built-in audience members, but they need to stop trying their best to get rid of us. And that's all it feels like. It's like every one of these franchises are just out there trying to get rid of us. They don't want us as viewers. They don't want us watching the show. And this just proves that they don't care that much, right? They don't care that much. So I'm not going to care enough to get upset over a lot of the dumb things that they do. I'm just going to watch it as, okay, this is just garbage Doctor Who now. It's not that great, and I'm going to try my best to enjoy what I can about it, right? Because I watch shows all day for YouTube. I watch the bad Star Trek. I watch the bad movies all the time. I cover all the behind-the-scenes stuff. And to just kind of turn my brain off to enjoy something like Doctor Who is a little bit... I would love to just be able to do that. I would love to be able to just sit back and enjoy it and not have to pay so much attention and to review it for you guys. But I still have to because, I want to at least give you guys some effort when I watch these. But they're not really doing us any favors now, are they? And it's like I'm kind of torn. Like I said, this is not nearly the worst thing I'm watching for the channel. And I'm sorry that a lot of you guys are really much more, I think, upset by it. But I mean, I don't know. I just can't get as invested when they keep retconning. And they've been retconning my whole life. You know, they've been retconning probably longer than a lot of the viewing audience of Doctor Who have been around. So the fact that, you know, if I miss details, I do miss details. Because once they start changing the rules of how many times you can regenerate, then I stop paying attention to the rules. Right? I really, really do. And that's definitely something that's to the show's detriment. So here we go. Chibnall said Martin, who becomes the first black actor in the iconic role, is not playing a fake or phony version. The important thing to say is she is definitely the Doctor, he explained. There's not a sort of parallel universe, there's no tricks. Jo Martin is the Doctor, that's why we gave her the credit at the end, which all new Doctors have the first time you see them. John Hurt got that credit. Again, I didn't like it when they retconned the John Hurt stuff. I didn't like that much. And I don't know if that's just me being a bad audience member and not paying that close attention. But by then, the Moffat writing was just getting worse and worse and worse. And I wasn't doing this for YouTube then too. I was just a casual, normal, everyday viewing audience member. I wasn't doing this for YouTube. And I think that's why I can be a lot more forgiving with this stuff too. It's not clear where Martin's version, whose human name in the plot is Ruth Clayton, fits into the history of the 13 Doctors. And that's the problem, isn't it? Because they keep retconning how many Doctors and how many regenerations we get. And that's one of the things I don't like about this modern Doctor Who. Set your universe rules and stick to them. You know what? You have a time machine. You can go anywhere throughout space and time. We don't need to pull these little cheap tricks like, you know, race swapping and gender swapping. Because you know what? It just turns into a giant game of Pokemon, doesn't it?
Race swap.
That's what it is. That's what it really feels like, right?
Double shiny, race and gender swap.
Both of them. And that's what it does. It's a double shiny game of Wokemon. And that's what I always call this. This is just a game of Wokemon with a lot of these things. So the fact that they're trying this for their little woke points, insulting, yet I like this actress a lot better than Jodie Whittaker. I do. It's not clear where Martin's version is going, blah, 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 but fans are guessing that she could probably sit between Patrick Troughton and John Pertwee because she did not recognize the sonic screwdriver, but does have a TARDIS, which was invented by William Hartnell's first Doctor. When she was invited to audition, Martin wasn't told it was for Doctor Who. We called her in and she read for it with secret pages that didn't mention that it was the Doctor. Chibnall laughed. But she's a massive fan of the show, and I think she guessed. I had to ring her up and tell her she was overwhelmed and thrilled. A lot of her family are fans. Excuse me. And she kept that secret brilliantly for so long. Nobody knew. We filmed it in the middle of last year. He said her casting was the idea of director Nida Mazur. Wow, I can't say that name. But that's another. Is this another? This is another.
Race swap.
I don't know. Is this a Pokemon hire? Is this a diversity hire? I don't know. She was the best person for the job. It was a great suggestion. She's got a brilliant combination of humor and warmth and wit and softness and steel. She's a really exciting Doctor. Yeah, better than Whittaker. Chibnall said viewers would find out more about the previously unknown Doctor who arrived with her own 1970s version of the TARDIS over time. So like I said, they're going to sprinkle in more. I'm upset that this isn't going to be just a fake out. I really am. There will be answers to some of these mysteries to the series, but as ever with Doctor Who, answers often reveal new questions. It's all very deliberate. So this is one more thing. Like I said, this is actually kind of feeling like Doctor Who. It makes me want to see the next episode and see where they're going. They have something a little bit more serialized, and that is not necessarily a bad thing. He said he was not scared by those who said he should not meddle with the so-called Hooniverse. Now, that's the thing. That's another thing. Don't meddle, quit retconning. It's not like we haven't had that before, but stop. Please don't do that. We're telling an ongoing story, and there's plenty of things in Doctor Who that change all the time, but I'm very aware of the history and very aware of the continuity. It's a delightful thing, but the stories are ongoing pieces of fiction. They develop and evolve. My job is to be bold with the storytelling and have fun. Well, here's the thing, though. Be better. Do a better job. Because this stuff, this whole
Double shiny, race and gender swap.
That comes across as so cheap and pandering. It really, really does. It just sounds like you're trying to pat yourself on the back for not being a bunch of ists. And as much as I like this actress, that is what it feels like in this day and age. And that's the problem with having a woman doctor in this day and age, too. They should have had a woman doctor 20 years ago. They really, really should have, when it would have actually been more innovating. They should have done it in the 80s. They should have done it instead of the war doctor. They really, really should have done it then. Do something like, oh yeah, we'll swap out the gender of the doctor, but do it way in the past. And now I think that's what they're trying to do now, but now that they're doing it in this day and age with the current BBC the way it is, it just comes off as cheap and pandery. Fans were also thrilled to see Captain Jack Harkness make his return during The Fugitive of the Jadoon. Don't like the Jadoon. In which he came face to face with the companions, but not the Doctor. Chibnall hinted that he wouldn't be seen again until next year. Well, there you go. Now you lost a lot of viewers who are only tuning in to see Captain Jack. Because guess what? He was one of the best parts. He's really the only reason to watch this anymore, right? It really is like the main reason to watch this episode. Who knows? He might pop up again when we need him for the ratings, when we need to use him for his charisma and ratings. I hope that this won't be his last appearance and that at some point he gets to meet the 13th Doctor. So yeah, what do you guys think? Did you watch the episode? I am so on the fence on this one. It's like, I have to like something, right? And I guess it's got to be the Doctor Who stuff because, let's face it, it's a lot less insulting than anything else we have. So yeah, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. I will see you guys on the next video, live stream, or wherever. And yeah, I'm still sick. Sorry for my voice. Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!